Hey everyone, and welcome to another Ramble-esque video for Eve Echoes. Today we're going to be talking about the rather elusive features that NetEase have yet to introduce into Eve Echoes, despite the amount of times they've hinted at them and announced them and leaked information about them to the various content creators. Of course, as you can see in the title, we're talking about naming your ships and station containers. How many times have we been promised these two particular features and hinted at, and how many times? So let's imagine for one moment that we could only have one of these, because there's clearly some difficulty from NetEase's side to actually get these to work, otherwise we'd have them by now, wouldn't we? So if we could only have one, which would we have? So to give us a quick rundown of what exactly I'm talking about, for those of you who haven't come across from EVE Online and don't really know what us ex-EVE Online players are talking about, ship naming is as simple as it sounds. You select your ship in the hangar and you give it a nickname, and those nicknames can come in particularly handy. Let's say, for example, you have three Executioner Interceptor 2 frigates in your hangar bay. Two of them are CTA ships, fitted out purely for combat, and the third one you have fitted for exploration. So how do you know, at this point in time, looking in your ship hangar, which one of those Executioner 2 Interceptor frigates is the exploration one? You don't, do you? Some people will leave something in the hangar to make it easier to identify, like one titanium to identify that it's the exploration ship. But apart from that, if you didn't put anything in the hangars, you wouldn't know until you enter the ship and check the fitting screen to see which interceptor it is that you're in. The idea behind ship naming, of course, is A, you can show off in the overview and have people laugh at your names, and two, you can easier identify what that ship's purpose is without having to either go into its cargo hold or into the ship itself. Now, the next item is station containers. The idea here being that you can compile all of your goods into categories, as it were. So instead of relying exclusively on the filter system or buying an extortionate number of magnates or an equivalent to fill out your hangar bay, your ship hangar bay with lots of cargo holding stuff, the idea here is it's like a folder on your computer. Instead of having 50 icons on your desktop, you'll have 5 folders, and each folder will contain a number of those icons. Same thing here, you've got 50 items in your hangar bay, your item hangar that is, and you're struggling to find exactly what you're after. So you'll put all of the blueprints in one, you'll put all of your nanocore related materials in another, skins in another, etc, etc. It's easier for you to organise. The hangar loading times will be much improved because you're loading less items, and you're not relying on the somewhat and not quite up to date and a bit awkward filter system, which, for example, has nanocores listed as modules, which I guess they kind of are, but they kind of deserve their own slot given how far apart they are from them in the actual order process when it's automatically sorted. So anyway, that's a quick rundown of what those two features are. And the question I'm going to put to you guys, so feel free to leave a comment on this, is if NetEase was in a position where they could only do one of these, for whatever the bizarre reason is, which one would you choose? Me, personally, I'd go with ship names, because that has more of an interactive feel with it. The station containers, it's It's useful to those of us that have really cluttered hangars, but once you leave the station and start playing the game, whether that's mining, ratting, PvPing, whatever the case is, they don't have an impact once you undock. When you've undocked and your ship has a proper cool nickname alongside the fancy nanocore and skins that you've got, just adds more flavour, doesn't it? A little bit more character, as it were. So that's what I'm going with. I'd choose ship naming. So let me know in the comments below which one you choose. I know this is a rather interesting ramble with a question at the end, but yeah, I thought I'd try something new. This channel's all about experimenting. Anyway, I'll cut the ramble there. If you want to hear more videos such as this one, feel free to hit like and subscribe. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks again.